Hello everyone, welcome to another one of our Pick a Card tarot readings. I am Vix, this is my tarot channel, and today we are going to be looking at a very hot topic currently about what to expect from the year 2022. So we are going to be looking at what will happen for you in 2022. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the overall vibe or the theme for you guys for the year 2022. These are the cards that are already pre-shuffled, that I already picked out for you guys, and they are already here present with us. And then we're also going to be looking at what challenges or what type of blockages you're going to be facing in this year to come, and also going to the other side and looking into the blessings and the good fortune that is coming to you guys in this year. And then also for the ending, we are going to be looking at what is going to happen for you guys in love in this coming year. All right, we are also going to top all of that up with some guidance in the end with some Moonology cards. All right, so before we begin, I would just like to point out that 1 year is a really long time. So we are looking here at the most prominent or most, basic timeline that you guys are currently on. So we're going to be looking at what is most likely going to come for you guys based on the energy that you are currently in, based on the energy that you are in as you are watching this video. All right, this is not like a prediction that's going to come true 100%. It is in the dimension of potentiality currently. So this is all a potential energy. You can always change it by making different decisions, by making different ways of approaching or ways of responding, reacting towards a certain situation, to people, etc. All right, so what we are going to be looking at here is basically the energy that you are heading towards based on the current state that you are in as you're watching this video. This is of course also a timeless video, so whenever you are finding this video, that is when you're meant to be hearing these messages also. With that being said, I would like to get into the piles right now. So for pile number 1, we have the Malachite crystal. This gorgeous Malachite crystal for pile number 1. Pile number 2 is going to be the Amethyst crystal. This is a little bit of a different amethyst. It's a little bit like an older variant of the Amethyst crystal. So this amethyst, like an old grandmother amethyst. Here we have the rose quartz for pile number 3. And for pile number 4, we have the hematite crystal for today. All right, so I would invite you now to just take a few deep breaths, maybe drink a little bit of water to wash out all of those energies that you have been carrying with you throughout the day, and just feel into your body a little bit, feel yourself embodied, and think about this year to come. Maybe close your eyes and just feel yourself and where you're heading towards. And then feel yourself guided towards a specific pile. You may have been already feeling towards or directed towards a specific pile before you even started this video. So that's going to be the pile for you. If you feel like you need a little bit more time right now, you are of course invited to pause the video at this point, and I'll see everyone in your chosen piles. Hello, beautiful pile number 1. So if you pick this Malachite crystal, this is going to be your tarot reading for what to expect from the year 2022, what will happen in 2022 for you guys. So first of all, we're going to be looking at these pre-shuffled cards for you guys, just to get like the overall vibe of the situation. And then we're going to also be getting some other tarot decks to look at the challenges and blockages that you're going to be facing, the good fortune and blessings, and also what's going to happen to you guys in the area of love. All right, so the archetype that you have for this year is the kiss, and like this little picture of hand holding. You also have authenticity coming up as your keyword. You have divine feminine energy coming up as your keyword. You have guides as your keyword. And you also have divine masculine energy, so like a couple here as your keyword. And then you also have here the card of balance 11. So 1111 might be a very important number for you guys. You also have divine feminine, divine masculine energies here with us. So that might already mean that you are going to have a very strong year in terms of twin flame reunion or twin flame like balancing of the energies, really feeling into the other part of yourself that your twin flame represents. That is of course directed to those of you who are resonating with that. So you're going to be feeling into the divine masculine part of yourself and the divine feminine energy of yourself, and creating like a sort of balance in that, like creating balance, but balance in terms of harmony, in terms of seeing into each other here, feeling into each other here, understanding the other here. So really feeling into your feminine parts, your feminine side, and feeling into your masculine side, really like understanding profoundly, deeply that side, and knowing it, feeling into it, getting to really intimate dimensions with that side, both within and outside. I'm feeling that's also going to create a lot of authenticity, I feel like, in your life. Like you're going to be entering into a new dimension of authenticity, because there's going to be this balance that is achieved between your divine feminine and the divine masculine sides. You're also being very guided. You're going to be very guided in general by your guides, by people in general. You might also encounter a lot of synchronicities in the year of 2022. This is also like a message to keep an eye out to synchronicities. I just saw 333 on my camera as well. So to keep an eye out for repeating numbers, for example, to synchronicities, to people saying something that really resonates with you at that current time, to people in a way validating a certain perspective intuitively, and to just, be mindful of those moments, be mindful of that, and to feel and see that as guides coming through, guides on your path, guides sort of validating and consolidating your intuition here. So it's very important to listen to yourself throughout the year, to listen to your guides throughout the year as well, and to balance yourself out here. It's also important to maintain relationships with the kiss. It's important to connect with other people. That's going to be a major theme for you guys. Connection in general with other people, with yourself, and seeing, feeling, understanding yourself and other people here. It feels like this is the dawn of connection for you. This year is like the dawn, the beginning, like of the connection process with yourself and with the other person, to really like new levels of intimacy. All right, so that's what I'm seeing for you guys for the major themes that are coming up for you. Not really sure how to put all of these cards. Let's just put them like this, so they are still in the frame. All right. Okay, so we have it like that. All right, so these are your major themes. A lot of intimacy, a lot of connection, a lot of integration here I'm seeing as well. All right, so now what we're going to be looking at, we're looking at the challenges and blockages that you're going to be facing in the year of 2022. All right, Spirit, so for pile number 1, please, for the Malachite crystal, what are some challenges and blockages that they're going to be facing in this year to come? What are the challenges and blockages that are going to come up for pile number 1, Spirit Source? What are some challenges and blockages? We have Justice coming through. So again, a balancing out, an equality between the two sides. A lot of balance here. We also have the Empress coming through for us. So there are going to be challenges. I'm already feeling with balancing out yourself, your connections, to really trying to understand what you need, what the other person need, and try to create like harmony between the two. There's going to also be like a clearing out of some karma here, which is also going to create some challenges for you guys. And overall, like this process of integration, it feels like it's going to create some, you know, some challenges for you. This process of feeling into the divine masculine, feeling into the divine feminine, especially the divine feminine aspect, might create or bring up a special challenges or a special like blockages that you have within yourself. This divine feminine aspect of yourself that's all about, you know, nurturing, being gentle with oneself, being gentle with other people, really understanding into other people, having that sense of allowing towards oneself and towards others as well here. There might also be some challenges here in terms of how you approach other beings, how you approach the environment, how you want to live your life in a way that it is aligned with your values as well here. All right, so let's see what else. For pile number 1, please, Spirit. What are some challenges or blockages that are coming up? We have the Knight of Swords coming through. And we also have the 7 of Cups here for you guys. Let's get you one more card. For pile number 1, please, Spirit. What are some challenges and blockages? Some challenges and blockages that pile number 1, collective, is going to be facing. Okay, so we have the 9 of Coins here. Alrighty. So yeah. What I'm feeling here is basically just ironing out and like letting go of the past energies that were present for you guys. Like really letting go of what no longer serves and understanding what no longer serves. Sort of like having a very strong perceptual inquiry into, or like a special perceptive feeling of knowing what no longer serves you in this year to come and in the years to come. And then also just cutting out all of that, like having all of these things, understanding all of these things that no longer serve you, and then just letting it go, letting go of these, I don't know, maybe it's some things that you have accumulated in your life. Maybe there are like too many clothes that you have, maybe there are too many things that you have, maybe there are too many commitments that you're making. It's that type of thing, you know, that the energy of having too many things in your life and basically coming to an understanding of that and cutting all of that out. That's going to be like a major challenge or like a little bit of a blockage concerning not knowing what is the most important to you and basically choosing what is important to you in that way. Here I'm feeling also that there are going to be like some past beliefs that you have accumulated from your parents or from your heritage that are going to come up, that are going to make this process a little bit harder for you. But your soul is very much leading you towards this direction, leading you towards your authenticity, towards really finding yourself at this point. And it is leading you to a lot of self-exploration with the Knight of Swords, but also towards a lot of action in that way with this Knight of Swords coming through. Like there is going to be a lot of action here, and there is going to be a lot of peeling away of things that no longer serve you, especially I feel like in the physical dimension. So you're going to be letting go of a lot of things that are no longer in a way conducive to your well-being here, and this especially pertains to physical things in your life. So as I said before, like clothing, like I don't know, accumulating too many things, like I don't know, you have crystals, you have I don't know, cosmetics, you have maybe appliances, maybe some equipment, I don't know, you know what you are in a way getting too much of. And yeah, you're going to have like a really strong sitting down with yourself in this year regarding those things. That might prove like a little bit challenging also to really get to the root of where you are and who you are. This is like your authenticity. This is where spirit wants you to go. And this is going to be like a challenge to move through everything that you know you have accumulated from your heritage and from society and from, you know, like maybe also friends, people that have influenced you in certain ways. You're going to be really stripping out all of those things to get to your truest self. That feels like a little bit of a challenge to you, but overall it's all done with the prospect of going towards your highest self here, of finding yourself, of allowing yourself to be who you are, of also seeing who you truly are, and to finding like balance and stripping away everything that no longer serves you. Also maybe karmic relationships and things like that in this year. All right. Then we are going to now look at your blessings and good fortune that is to come. All right, so we're going to be using the Cat Tarot for this one, the challenges and blockages. We have been using the Fountain Tarot, if anyone wants to know. All right, so let's see now. For the blessings and good fortune for pile number 1, please, Source, Spirit, for pile number 1, what blessings and good fortune are coming for them in 2022? What blessings and good fortune are coming for them? What blessings? Okay, so we have here the 10 of Wands. We also have the Empress reversed coming through. Interesting. What blessings and good fortune are coming for pile number 1 in 2022, please, Spirit? Okay, so here we have then the, what is this? The 4 of, I think, Swords. Yeah, the 4 of Swords. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I feel like this Empress does want to be upright still. we are going to take it with like a grain of salt, the upright position, but the card does really want to be upright, I feel. Let's get you some more cards, like 2 more. What blessings and good fortune are coming for pile number 1, please, Spirit? Blessings and good fortune. We have the moon. Whoops. What blessings and good fortune are coming for pile number 1, Spirit, in 2022, please? Okay, so we're going to take this one, not these. So we have the Chariot. We also have the Star as the bottom deck energy here. All right, so let me show you the Chariot here. So you're going to be moving forward, definitely. What blessings. Okay, you're going to be very hopeful overall, like you're going to be in a very optimistic, hopeful energy throughout this year. It feels like even though like you're going to be facing some blockages, some challenges along the way, it's going to be all sort of overall in this very optimistic, hopeful attitude of what's to come. Like you're not going to have any problems tipping over the glass to see what comes. You're going to be very guided by your guides here, especially, you know, you're going to be in contact with your guides and with that high energy throughout this year, which is going to allow you to remain in a very like optimistic attitude, in a very hopeful attitude towards this year, towards what's to come. You're going to have like a lot of things on your mind or on your plate, like things are going to just come to you in this year. I feel like this doesn't mean like physical things as much, but it might be some physical things, but mostly it's going to be people, it's going to be different events that come to you. It's going to be like different messages, especially messages and synchronistic events are going to be very profoundly impacting you, and they're going to be a huge blessing if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear them. Okay, so that's a very huge blessing here. We also have the Empress coming through as a blessing, and here also as a challenge. So as said before, as already, you know, you might have noticed in the challenges and blockages, you know, I was also talking about the Empress as a sort of a blessing for you guys, and this is the same message here. The Empress is going to be a big blessing. It's going to allow you to uncover the divine feminine aspects of yourself that were nascent before, and you're going to learn a lot about yourself in terms of allowing yourself to be who you are, and by that allowing other people to be who they are. You're going to have this access to gentleness, this access to feminine intuition, this access to self-love, especially here. Like you're not going to feel wrong about giving yourself time off. You're not going to feel wrong about giving yourself that extra time of the day, or, you know, just pampering yourself and giving your body what it needs. This is going to be like a blessing of listening into yourself more, and, you know, just going for that, following that authenticity here. With the Four of Swords here, there are going to be a lot more rest periods in this life, a lot of simplicity also in your life. I feel you're going to be entering towards an area where you have given yourself more free time, where you give yourself time to just chill and to lay down and to enjoy yourself here. This is a similar message to this one. This is the self-pampering. This is also like, you know, exploring yourself, but also pampering yourself, giving yourself that time off, giving yourself that time to enjoy the physical world, to enjoy your body, and to really take care of yourself and your body. This means also, you know, giving yourself really good food and things like that. But most of all, it's going to allow you to enter into an energy of feeling enough, an energy of having enough as well. That trust, that feeling in spirit, that feeling of knowing that the universe has your back is going to be really strong here. I feel like you're also going to be like in a period of unknown a little bit. You're very much going to be guided by spirit. Here I'm feeling with this moon, like you're going to be almost like in a different plane of existence than the rest of the world. You're going to be almost like cut out, really listening to spirit, being in this energy of optimism, of feeling into what's right for you and what's to come. So the events of the year are not going to phase you too much. You know you're going to be safe. You're going to have a lot of trust in yourself also. And that's going to allow you to move very quickly in your life. You're going to move very quickly towards what you wanted for a really long time now. You're going to be like opening up this space by resting, by allowing and giving yourself that time to rest, to meditate, to clear your mind, and to get strict and just very clear on where your values are here with the authenticity also. So you're going to be very clear about where you're at, and that's going to allow you to move very quickly as well towards where you want to go, towards stripping away what no longer serves you in life and just moving very quickly towards this area of, you know, where you want to be. Okay, that's going to be very facilitated by spirit here as well. All right, let's see what else comes through. Let's see what blessings and good fortune. What are some blessings and good fortune for pile number 1 here? Okay, so we have the guinea pig. Do your part to illuminate the universe. So you're definitely going to be doing your part to illuminate the universe by just being yourself, by just trusting yourself as well, by just being in this energy of where you're going to be. This is going to be already doing the part to illuminate the universe. Nothing else is going to be needed than just you being in the energy that you feel comfortable in and coming into, you know, a knowing and understanding of what that means for you. We also here have the hyena, dare to be different. All right, so you're going to dare to be yourself. You're going to dare to be different, to follow yourself, to follow your guidance, your intuition, and do that without fear, without remorse, without this feeling of, you know, wronging someone or something like that. Let's see what else comes through here. So for pile number 1, the blessings and good fortune. Blessings and good fortune for pile number 1, please, Spirit. For 1, okay. Here we have protection, calling back your power, cutting the cords, and soul retrieval. So again, this is talking about connection, but like proper connection with the people who do resonate with you, cutting the cords with the people who don't resonate with you, and being able to tell the difference, basically. That is a very strong energy coming to you. You're going to really feel your power, of course, with all of these cards. That is very, very clear already. You're going to also feel protected by spirit and protected by your guides throughout this year. Basically, you're going to call back a lot of your energy here, I feel like. All right. So now let's also look at what's happening in love for you guys. So for pile number 1, So for pile number 1, Spirit, for what's going to happen in love for them in the coming year, in 2022, for the people who chose the Malachite crystal, what's happening in love, what's coming in love for pile number 1 here. I feel like 1 flipped over, or didn't it? No, it didn't, it just flew a little bit. All right. Okay, so here we have the Eight of Boons or the Eight of Pentacles. There is going to be definitely growth here in the physical. For love, please, Spirit. Six of Spells, the Six of Wands, victory. All right, what's happening in love? We have the Seven of Spells. Like the power is igniting, the power is picking up here. Let's see what's happening in love here. For pile number 1, please, Spirit, for the year 2022, we have Temperance or the Forge in this deck. So a lot of balance as well, finding balance within oneself here. We have the Four of Boons here. Still protecting oneself and knowing where one stands. Let's see what else comes through. Okay, so we have the Lovers here coming up for you guys. Getting to know that special someone here. Let's get you one more card. For pile number 1, please, Spirit. Okay, so we have the Seven of Challenges here coming through. All right, like feeling into this energy overall, I feel like it's going to be a little bit of everything, a little bit back and forth. Like you're going to see improvements in your love life, definitely with the Eight of Boons. Like what you have been working on for a while is going to start to pick up. It's going to start to show results, all right? So there are going to be results in terms of seeing something happen in your relationships, moving something forward in your loving relationships, in your intimacy here. Like new things are going to come up, new things are going to be uncovered and known here, and it's going to be like a very beautiful growth because we have like the Six of Spells moving on to the Seven of Spells, so this small dragon moving into this grown-up dragon basically, and this is like your relationship really moving into a new area, moving into a new dimension, moving into like adulthood, from childhood to adulthood basically. So there is going to be a lot more maturity in your relationships. I'm feeling like there's going to be a lot more listening and also nurturance, I feel like, in your relationships to come, especially in love, especially in intimate relationships here. There's also going to be like a balance. We all again have this card of balance. This is Temperance coming up, and this is talking about just harmony within oneself, working on oneself as well, doing that self-work that is required, but also doing that with like graceful and flow type of energy. There's not going to be a lot of, you know, strong tower moments or anything like that. There are not going to be like strong challenges in this year concerning love life. It's going to be an openness to growth, an openness to listening to one another, and an openness in understanding one another here. This talks about also remaining very grounded in yourself and remaining very much centered, but also open towards the other person, open towards what the other person is sharing to you. So there's going to be like a very beautiful, harmonious relationship between you and the other person here that's going to be cultivated by both sides, basically, by working together on something. You do have to be careful here, however, of maybe not wanting to share yourself too much, or by basically falling into fear. I'm feeling with this card, by falling into fear here. It feels like this Lovers is coming up into your life. It's like a strong potentiality to have a beautiful, loving relationship, but it is clouded by these feelings of fear, basically, these feelings of not being enough for the other person, not having enough or not receiving enough from the other person by yourself, basically. And what these cards are, in a way, almost like telling you is to trust more, to trust that you can have a good relationship, to trust that you are enough. It might also benefit you to write like little notes to yourself, reminding you that you are enough for yourself, and that feeling, that hopefulness here, it's going to allow you to come closer to that one partner that you always wanted. Also, if you're, in the twin flame relationship, this is going to allow your twin flame to come closer to you, because your relationship with yourself and how you feel towards yourself strongly determines how your twin also acts towards you, how your twin flame feels towards you. And basically this is going to be like a strong like set point and baseline for them to be able to come into your life more, if you feel that you are good enough for them as well, and that you deserve that type of love, and that you deserve that type of care, that type of understanding. All right. Hiding yourself or not showing the other person all of yourself is going to be a no-no in this year. Like just not sharing everything that you think that you do, not being authentic with your person here is going to be a strong and major no-no in this scenario, and it's going to create like challenges for you in relationships. So just a little bit of a warning here to do share yourself, to not be stuck in fear, feeling like your person might not understand or might reject you here, but just really try to understand them and try to share yourself with them. Basically here, share yourself with other people as well, not just intimate relationships here, but this is also for other relationships in your life. All right, so this is what's happening in love for you guys. Let's now also get you some guidance for the road for this year. So Spirit, please, what's the overall guidance for pile number 1 for this year? What's the overall guidance for 2022 moving forward for pile number 1, please, Spirit? Okay, so we have here your commitment is being tested. So yeah, your commitment to yourself, your commitment to the world, your commitment to spirit, your commitment to your relationships is going to be tested in this year. This is like a feeling of just knowing, spirit knowing what to bring you, and you knowing what you want more. This is going to almost put you like at a point of deciding what you really want your life to look like. Do you want to go on in the previous cycles, or do you want to change? Do you want to remain stuck, or do you want something new, basically? So Spirit is going to test you and ask you on many ways, or in many different scenarios. What do you want? What do you want to grow? Where do you want to move with your life? Do you want the old patterns to remain, or do you want something new? Do you want to change? Do you want to grow here? All right, so we also have take time to breathe out, disseminating moon. So take time to again recharge, to take that time for yourself, to take that time to just relax, to take that time to do nothing, basically here. Take that time away from electronic devices, go for a walk, just be with yourself. This year is calling you towards a lot of reflection, towards what you want. This is coming closest to this commitment, being tested card as well, really feeling into yourself, knowing where you want to go. And this is done by taking that time off. You cannot find yourself in the humble dumble of everyday life in that busyness, in that jumping from one thing to another type of energy. Finding yourself can be done in the darkness, in nothingness, where you really can feel into yourself deeply and profoundly. And this year is strongly calling you towards that. And we also have here, your hard work is paying off in new moon in Capricorn. All right. So yes, this is speaking for itself. Like your hard work, everything that you have also been wishing for is going to be paying off in this year. Of course, not without its challenges. Spirit is still going to ask you, do you want this new thing, this new energy coming into your life? And you're going to have to answer in some type of energy. Like, yes, I want to receive, I want to do something new, I want to follow my guidance, follow that synchronicity, that gut feeling that I have within myself. Or you're going to be like, no, I don't want that, you know. But overall, your hard work is indeed paying off. You are entering into more intimacy, more balance, more authenticity. You're entering into more action. So if you have been a little bit stuck previously, Spirit is saying that you are going to be receiving blessings of action. You're going to be able to move forward with ease more in this year to come. Spirit is asking you to share, to build connections, to get out there and try to meet new people here as well, and to really feel into other people and share yourself with other people. And that's it basically. Focus on that harmony within yourself, within your relationships, and everything is going to fall into place. Alrighty, so that's all I have for you today, my beautiful pile number 1. Thank you for sharing your energy with me throughout this reading, and I do hope to see you again in another one of my videos. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like down below, subscribe for more pick a card videos coming your way, and I hope to see you again in another one of my videos. Have a good 2022 and bye. Mwah. Hello, my pile number 2. So if you have picked this amethyst crystal, this older amethyst variant of the crystal, basically I call it the old grandmother amethyst. So if you picked this one, this is going to be your reading for what's going to happen to you guys in 2022. So what can you expect from this year to come? So what we're going to be looking at first of all is we're going to be using these pre-picked cards to just look at the overall vibe of the year 2022 for you guys, just the overall energy. And then we are going to be using 3 different tarot decks to look at, first of all, the challenges and blockages. Secondly, we're going to be looking at your blessings and what good fortune is coming for you in 2022. And lastly, we're going to be looking at what's happening for you guys in love, as well as getting some guidance for this year to come. Alrighty, so let's get into it. Let's see what we got here. So we got the Starborn archetype for you guys. I see like crackling the shell, new life coming to the surface. This feels like the caterpillar is being born. Oh, it's the Starborn. So yeah, it's like the caterpillar, you know, moving into the phase of the butterfly, basically being born, being reborn, coming into new life is what this card is talking about. So you're into a great transition here. Basically, you are being born. This is also the number 3, so the 3 is also the number of the Empress. So this basically means that you are going to create something. This most of all means for most of you, so the majority, you're going to create yourself anew in some way. So new things are going to be cropping up for you guys in this year. New things are going to be born. That also means you, like your new soul, your new prospects, but also like new opportunities are going to be born for you guys. You also got wisdom here. So you're going to be coming into more wisdom, more knowledge, more understanding about yourself and about the world in general. Let's see what we have here in terms of the keywords. We have giving. I just heard giving and receiving, so reciprocity is going to be a big theme for you guys. We have passion. Oops, wow. So yeah, a lot of passion, a lot of movement. We have desire, fulfilled desires. I just heard from Spirit as well. So desires, fulfilled, passions, ignited, giving and receiving from others. Learning how to give, but also learning how to receive. Not just gifts, but most of all energy. You know, how to give and how to receive energy. It's going to be a major theme for you guys, as well as finding and working towards that financial freedom. All right. So one of your desires might be actually even this financial freedom. But most of all, what I'm getting here, this whole pile so far is giving me a vibe of learning a lot about yourself and following yourself through that, through what you learn. Basically just following yourself through what you learn on your spiritual journey about yourself, listening to Spirit through all this as well. But also learning how to live life so that it's in alignment with you, with your desires, with your passions, so that what you are giving is in alignment with what you want to, benefit from in some way. What you're giving is in alignment with your soul, with your star, in a sense, with what you're being called to. Basically, what you're giving is in alignment with your higher self, which is in alignment with your desire anyway. So the higher self is always in alignment with desire. The higher self is that expression. It lines up with desire immediately as you desire something. So your higher self is always already there. It's always already in the desire here. And your passion is just like a guide, a guiding force moving you towards that, basically. And this is going to also here move you to financial freedom more and more throughout this year. So you can see a lot more money coming into your life, or a lot more opportunities, as I said before here with this Starborn card coming into your life. This feels like a life of moving closer to your dream, moving closer to your dream life, moving closer and taking action towards what you want to be in, the type of energy you want to be in, basically. It feels like a very moving towards something type of action, but at the same time being very observant of where your energy is, being very observant of where you are moving your energy, being very also focused on yourself and how you want to direct yourself in this world. This is going to be a year where you truly listen to your intuition and where you truly listen to your own guidance, basically. What you want, what you are willing to give. Where do you want to follow yourself? Where is your joy, your passion taking you? Like having not just like a feeling of jumping into it, but having like a very strong awareness and perception of where you're moving towards as well. Like being very, very mindful of where you're moving to is a big theme for you guys for this coming year. Alrighty, so I'm just going to leave these cards like that. But we're going to be looking at your challenges and blockages for this year. Alrighty. So Spirit, what are the challenges and blockages that pile number 1 is going to be facing this year? What are some blockages and challenges? For pile number 1, please, Spirit. What are blockages and challenges for pile number 1 for the year 2022. We have the Moon. We have the Queen of Cups reversed. All right. We have the Page of Cups. What are some challenges? We have the Tower reversed. Okay, interesting. We have the Nine of Swords reversed. One more card, please, Spirit. What are some challenges and blockages for pile number 2, please? And challenges and blockages for pile number 2. Okay, so here we have the Queen of Coins. All right, we have the Seven of Swords as the bottom deck energy. This card is saying that you're going to have like some challenges concerning how to let go of past habits, past beliefs, but most of all, how to let go of past like thought patterns in your life. That's basically beliefs as well. It's like subconscious beliefs. What is basically allowing you to remain stuck in this life that you're currently in, this life that you want to change? You're going to bring light to it. You're going to become aware of it more, and that's going to create like a challenge for you. That process of moving through that, resolving that's going to create like a little bit of a challenge in your life, but it's all with good spirit. It's all in good spirit, basically. So here we have the Moon. So I do feel like this is going to be quite uncertain for you, because you're moving into something new here with the Starborn. As we said before, you're moving into new energies here. So this is going to be a little bit like an uncertain year in terms of where exactly to go. Things are not going to be planned out for you. So you're going to be feeling like you are struggling a little bit, like you can't really decide where to go. So your intuition is going to be a little bit clouded by these thoughts, by these fears here, basically, of not knowing where to go, of not knowing where exactly to turn. And just having like almost like silhouettes of things that you want to catch, but not having like proper stable things that you have to catch. But the trick here is the proper stable things for you guys here are swords. Like the proper stable things are things that you want to get away from, things that you want to move away from. They are causing you pain already. So you already know that. And this is going to be like a process of learning about how to take a step back, how to find that passion again, how to find what you desire again, and how to move towards that, basically, with new energy here with the Page of Cups. So some of the blockages, some of the challenges here are going to be finding what moves you, like emotionally, what brings you joy emotionally. And that's going to allow you to move through this uncertainty, but it's going to also require a lot of trust in your own intuition, a lot of trust in your own joy, a lot of trust in your own like inner compass, inner guidance system with the Page of Cups. This might create some problems here, especially if you are not used to following yourself, if you're not used to following your guidance system here. It might create some sort of like problem or like a little bit of anxiety, not knowing where exactly to go, not knowing where exactly to turn, not knowing how exactly to build here with the Tower moment. So this Tower in reverse, it feels like, you know, the worst is over. You are being born again. You're being born into something new. New challenges and new opportunities are, you know, being brought to you at this point to help you build something new again from the ashes, basically, from the ashes of your past belief systems here. So you're going to be asked to build new things that you are not used to building, basically. You're going to be asked by Spirit to step into a new perspective, step into a new way of thinking, a new way of experiencing the world, a new way of trusting yourself and others. but most of all, like a way of trusting spirit and the universe to really get you what you want and get you what you desire, get you towards what you desire. Basically, it's going to be about listening to that small inner voice that's calling you towards doing this and that, even if it doesn't make sense. It's going to call you towards building something new here. It's going to call you towards building a new life for yourself, which is ultimately what you want with this financial freedom over here as well. With the Nine of Swords reversed, you are going to be moving away from thoughts and thought patterns that have brought you towards the dark night of the soul. I feel like you're moving away from this type of energy now. You're moving away from past anxieties. You're moving away from misunderstandings. You are not going to put up with this basically anymore. You're not going to be putting up with energy that is dragging you back into these old patterns, be it relationship, be it thought patterns, and you're going to start to become aware of these more and more. I feel like April is going to be a very strong year of awakening or becoming more properly, in line with yourself. I feel Spirit saying also in line with your inner child here, with this card. Yeah, what else? There was something else. Yeah, the challenge here, basically the challenge here is also going to be how to align with other people, how to align and explain to other people who have been a part of your life for so far that you are changing these things about yourself, that you are not going to be in these thought patterns anymore, and how to align relationships with this new way of being here as well. And also, of course, we see growth here. We see building an empire here with this Queen of Coins, with this Queen of Pentacles. We see some challenges concerning people being either envious or jealous of you because they don't have what you have, because they don't have the guts to go after what you want to go after. So there are some challenges in that area here. And there are some challenges in regarding, again, how to navigate relationships here with the Queen of Coins, because I see you coming into prosperity and abundance a lot more in this life. So money is going to become less and less of an issue. You're going to be very aligned with your purpose throughout this year. You're going to come into contact with it more and more. And that's going to give you like a new type of energy, a new flow, a new influx of people. And what you do with the people who are in your life that might not, fit into it anymore, might present a little bit of a challenge or a working through, that you are going to have to, in a way, decide or work through those people who you want to stay in your life and who you want to let go of in your life, who you want to share your energy with and who you want to stay away from and not share your energy with, or pull your energy away from. Those are going to be some of the, let's say, challenges that you're going to be facing here. Now let's look at what the blessings and good fortune is coming your way. Here we have also what I wanted to mention, just this is the Fountain Tarot, and we are going to be using the Cat Tarot for the blessings and good fortune, just so you guys know what type of decks we are using. Alrighty, so Spirit for pile number 2, so the old Grandma Amethyst crystal. Let's see what are the blessings, what's the good fortune coming for pile number 2 here. We have the Sun, we have the Knight of Swords. Wow, very, very strong energy, yes. Okay, we have the Five of Swords. No, we have the Five of Wands, sorry. Let's see what else. Spirit, please, for pile number 2, what are some good fortune, what are some blessings? We have the Three of Swords. What are some blessings here? Okay, so I already have a vibe for this. Maybe 2 or 3 more cards, please, Spirit. What are some blessings? Okay. we have the Lovers, we have here the 10 of, what's this, 10 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles. Oh, no, this is the 3 of Pentacles, sorry. This is the 10 of Pentacles, yes. Let's see, get one more card. I get very confused with these cards regarding these little symbols here. So one more card. What is the good fortune? What's coming? What are blessings that are coming for pile number 2, please, Spirit? What are some blessings coming for pile number 2, please, here? One more card. One more. Oops. Okay. We have the 2 of Swords. Alrighty, so here we have the Sun. What blessings are coming? You're going to really enjoy yourself. You're going to be able to be a lot more calm and aligned with yourself. You're going to be able to let go a lot and release a lot throughout this year. You're by design just going to be very, very, very calm, very, very peaceful. You're going to have like light and joy emanating from you. You're going to be very warm towards other people, which is going to allow other people to be, you know, drawn to you a lot, which is going to be very good also for your business or for anything that you want to build here. With the Knight of Swords, I feel like you're going to be very blessed by good communication, being able to go after what you want, being able to do the work, do the things that are required, take action, communicate clearly with other people, and just, you know, go after what you want here. I feel like you're going to have like a lot of energy here. With the 5 of Wands, this energy is going to be also very playful. It's going to be very joyful. It is going to be a little bit childlike as well at times, which will again allow other people to feel at ease with you, which is going to allow other people to just feel calm around you as well, and just have this feeling of playfulness with you with this card. Things might be a little bit scattered, but that's going to be good for you as well, because this is going to bring you opportunities that might not be there otherwise. So take charge of maybe some uncertainty and take, you know, good use of that. Make use of that uncertainty that's going to maybe sometimes be in your life, because that's a blessing for you in this year. It's allowing you to change patterns. It's allowing you to change habits. It's allowing you to make space to come into an understanding of something new that can be lived through. That's something new that can be brought into your life, that you can change. And yeah. Okay, then we have here the 3 of Pentacles. This is talking about growth, but especially growth in terms of business, in terms of career, in terms of, you know, your job. This is talking about working together to success, towards something better. It means also, you know, putting in the work, putting in that work, and basically eating away what needs to be eaten away, basically just, you know, giving in the work so that it gets done, whatever it is, in terms of your guys's work or job or career or something that you want to bring into or manifest into your life. This is a very good omen. It means just people working together with you. People are going to be happy to be working together with you here. We have the Lovers. So this to me means, again, there is going to be a lot of connection. I feel like in the workplace, but also in your day-to-day life, you're going to feel very connected to people. This might also mean for some of you that your soulmate or your twin flame is going to come back into your life through work or through some type of guidance. They might deliver some type of a message to you that you need to hear, especially if your twin flame is relating to work in some way in your life. So if your twin flame is, you know, in a way connected to you through your work or through your purpose, or and of course they are connected to you through your purpose, but currently through like a job or a career in some sorts, they are going to be a very big building block for you. They're going to allow you to learn some new things. They're going to allow you to really feel called and understood and listened to, and they're going to give you basically that strength, that warmth that is needed for you to fulfill your desires. So whatever your twin flame is going to tell you, do listen to that. Like, listen to it detachedly with this wisdom card, but still heed those messages, because there is some hidden wisdom, I feel like, for some of you waiting in those words. Even if they seem like very general and not at all profound, something might shift inside of you in terms of your perception. Then we have the 10 of coins, the 10 of pentacles. This means just prosperity, abundance coming into your life. You're going to be very abundant. You're going to be very cared for throughout this year, I feel like. And we also have the 2 of swords. This card is talking about making the right decisions, moving into a new area of your life with that little open mouth. It feels like a tunnel. It feels like you're moving towards something new in your life here. And yeah, it just means like making decisions based on intuition. Learning to listen to your intuition. Listening to your intuition is basically going to be giving you a lot of good guidance and a lot of clarity, and just this feeling of basically knowing where you want to move, where you want to go in your life here. All right, so I want to get you like this card now for your blessings. What are some more blessings that are coming? We have inner temple, devotion, tune into the portal of your heart. This is resonating especially with this 2 of swords. So you're entering into your intuition, you're entering into listening to your heart more. You are almost like, going into your inner temple. So devote yourself to this, devote yourself to your intuition, and this is going to, give you so many blessings. You can't even realize where your intuition is going to lead you. You also have here Mintakak. We have longing for home, belonging, and the original light workers. So this means that through your work or through what you're interested in, you're going to come into alignment with more kindred souls. You're going to meet people you have been wanting to meet for a very long time by sharing yourself, by sharing your truth, and by speaking your truth, basically by being authentic. You're going to be coming into contact with more and more people similar to you who share similar beliefs, who are going to inspire you a lot. And I feel like your world is like really going to shift by being in contact with these people. Like your beliefs are going to come into a new frequency altogether. You're going to rise very highly in frequency very quickly as well. As said before, I see April being very important for you guys. Like the number 4 as well seems very important for you guys. Like maybe even April the 4th. So we have 4-4, that might be very important. All right, so we have here the dolphin. Live joyfully in the present. This is your blessing, the present moment. Basically, again, listening to yourself. It's the same message that I was telling you about before. So listening to yourself, listening to your intuition, which is always in the present moment, is going to bring you joy. All right. And also just being joyful in the present is going to align you with what you need to attract and what your birthright is to attract, basically here. But also do take care of those people in the workplace, maybe, you know, a soulmate or a twin flame or something that's in your workplace or created or connected to your workplace. They're going to have some very good insights for you. So just, you know, have an open mind, have an open heart towards that as well. Spirit just wanted me to highlight that once again for you guys. All right, so let's see what's happening for you guys in love now, okay? So for pile number 2, let's see what's happening in love. What is happening in love for my beautiful old grandma amethyst pile? What's happening in love for pile number 2, please? Just sorry, I'm repositioning myself a little bit. What's happening for pile number 2? We have the oldest one. Oh my God, look at that. It's the old grandma tree. This is like the Pocahontas tree. This is again like a card of wisdom. This is the Hierophant in this Forest of Enchantment tarot. And yes, like this is listening to your intuition, listening to your guidance, basically. This is such a heart-opening, beautiful card. Okay, so regarding love, I got really sidetracked by how much I felt for this card, how beautiful it was. But yeah, in regards to love, this feels like you're going to be very wise about it. You're going to be very, very open, but also wise. It feels like you're going to be very aware of where your energy is directed at all times, and you're going to be very sort of calm, graceful with the people who are in your life, with the people you feel closest to, and with your partners most of all. You're going to be able to be sort of detached but also very loving, sort of allowing for the intimacy, allowing for the openness, but also being, you know, perceptive and keeping an eye on what's happening at all times. Like you're going to be in that like a really strong feeling of wisdom, of love, basically. It feels like you're going to be very wise where you put your energy and how you share your energy with a significant other or with, you know, also family here. Okay, so what's happening in love? Okay, so cards are talking. What's happening in love for pile number 2 here? Okay, this doesn't want to come out for pile number 2, please. What's happening in love? What's happening in love here? What's happening in love in 2022? Okay, where was it? It hid. There we go. What's happening in love here in 2022 for pile number 2? Okay. What's happening in love? What's happening in love? Okay. I think that's enough now. Let's see what we got. So we also have the 2 of challenges. We have the 2 of swords here. This means making a decision. Making a decision of who you want to be in your love life, who you want to share your love life with, but also like who you want to be. What is your true wish in a relationship? What type of relationship do you really want? So life 2022 is going to call you to making a decision, to think about where you want to go here, to think about the decisions that you're making and how they are bringing to you like different energies in your lives and how that applies to love, basically. There might be some obstacles in love as well here. Let me just get all of these cards out of the way. We have the 4 of Visions, the 4 of Cups here as well. We have the Child of Challenges, the Page of Swords here. We have the 8 of Spells, the 8 of Wands. We also have here the Black Shock, which is Death reversed. And we also have the 9 of Visions here. All right, so with these 2 cards, it feels like you're going to be a little bit like in that energy of not knowing where to go, or not knowing where exactly to turn, because you are in a state of passivity. Basically, you're going to wait for someone else to do something while it is on you to do the work. While it's on you to do what needs to be done, you need to step into the energy that you want to bring into your life. Basically, you need to understand what type of energy you want to step into, and then step into that portal, that belonging, and tune into that portal of your heart, to where your heart is calling you. This is not going to be too big of an issue with this oldest one, with this grandmother card here. You're going to have wisdom here, but also, you know, you're going to have a lot of introspecting to do in regards to love, in regards to what you want. You're going to have to talk to your inner child here. Like introspect and connect with your inner child with this Page of Swords, to really tune into what you want to have, what you want to bring into your life in terms of love. Because if you are in this feeling of not knowing, in this feeling of, oh my God, I don't know what I want, or where I should go, or how I ended up like this, basically you're not going to be attracting anything new or anything good in your life here. I think this is like the pile where I mentioned that you're going to be letting go of, yeah, your habits and things like that. So this also here applies to relationships. You're going to have to restructure your relationships here as well, just on a less strong level, because you're always almost already there. Like you're already there in terms of relationships here, but you're just going to have to restructure them a little bit, or just catch yourself when you are falling into this trap of thinking that you maybe don't have the right the right opportunities or the right people in your life, and like falling into the state of boredom basically is what's the problem here. Falling into the state of not wanting or not knowing how to take action is what's the problem here. And Spirit is going to call you to reflect. Spirit is going to call you to think about what's going on, think about where you're going and what you want, and then go for it. Leading us to this card, basically going for it. This is going to be a good time to just go for it, especially with the Lovers. This is coming up under the Lovers cards here. So Spirit is going to be very sort of open, like the energy is very open towards you going for what you want, and not being stuck in previous thought patterns or waiting for something to happen for you. Basically, you need to start creating your life on your own terms here. That's the message for you guys. You are done with that. You are done with rebirth. You are done with dark nights of the soul, with this death in reverse. It's time to step up and be born again. It's time to just, you know, step up and live your life again here. All right. Also in terms of love, very strongly in terms of love. And that's going to, of course, then reap benefits in this Nine of Visions. This is the Nine of Cups. I'm sorry if I said coins before. The coin on this picture definitely distracted me. So the Nine of Visions, the Nine of Cups, you're going to get a lot of prosperity. You're going to get a lot of trust in this year to come in regards to love, in regards to relationships. A lot of trust, a lot of understanding is going to come your way. There are going to be a lot of blessings. This also feels like making a wish on, you know, dropping a coin in the well or something like that. So it feels like a wish that you have been wishing for a very long time is also going to come true in the year of 2022. Little rhyme there, right? Of course, provided that you listen to yourself, that you listen to your intuition, that you follow and tune into your heart here. Okay, so let's now get you some guidance for the road. So some guidance for the road for pile number 2 now. Guidance for 2022. What do they need to hear the most? Okay. So we have here prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. So prosperity, abundance, love, everything that you want, basically abundance in all areas of your life lies ahead in this year. And here we also have it's time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio. All right, so it's time to release that negativity, those old patterns that I was talking about in the beginning, that energy that's pulling you down, that's sucking out your life force. It's time to let go of that completely and move into and focus your energy, focus your attention on things that are moving you up, that are rising you up, and also, you know, focus on the people, surround yourself with people like that here as well. All right, so that's all I have for you today for 2022, my beautiful pile number 2. Thank you for watching. Thank you for sharing your energy with me throughout this reading. It was a pleasure to read for you today. Don't forget to also like this video, subscribe down below for more similar pick a card videos coming your way in the future. I hope you enjoy. Do let me know how it was for you if you feel like you want to share anything. And I hope to see you around in another one of my videos. Take care, you guys. Bye. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful pile number 3. If you picked this gorgeous rose quartz crystal, this is going to be your reading for what to expect from the year 2022. All right, what will happen in 2022 for you. So first of all, we're going to be looking at the overall vibe for you for this year with these pre-picked cards and keywords here. Then we are also going to be looking at some challenges that you're going to face and some blockages that might be coming up in this coming year. And we're also going to be looking at the other side, so to the blessings, to the good fortune that's coming to you guys this year. And then also, let's not forget about love. So we're going to be getting some messages about what's happening in love, what's coming in 2022 in love for you guys. All right, but let's see what we got here first of all. So we have here the unseen archetype. We have the material harvest, the 9 of Pentacles for you guys. We have focus as, right? Yeah, focus. As a keyword, we have belief. As a keyword, we also have faith in spirit. And we have acceptance here. Okay. I feel like this is going to be a very gentle year for you guys in some way. You're going to be very much flowing through life, it feels like. You're going to be very focused here on the big picture with this unseen card. Like things that you previously maybe didn't see are going to start popping up, but this popping up is going to be happening as a result of you focusing on the big picture, focusing on the big scene. It feels like this is like a perspective of the higher self that you're going to be taking throughout this year. It feels like almost like life, like you yourself, you're going to take yourself away from your day-to-day life, from your day-to-day, engagements, and you're just going to sort of bracket those engagements a little bit, just to become aware of everything that's happening behind the scenes here. You're going to be, I feel like, coming into a lot of abundance. You're going to be very grateful for everything that you have, and you're going to be very open towards new people, new experiences, new life energies, everything that's coming your way. It's going to be very, very engaging with you in a sense. It's going to be engaging you, but it's not going to be engaging you in the terms of sucking you in or engulfing you in that energy. I feel you very much being just very stable within yourself, being very, very open and still very much grounded in yourself. It's a very beautiful energy where you have yourself and have everyone else too in life. It feels like this is a result of you having worked on yourself for a very long time. So now you're going to be basically harvesting all of that here with this card of material harvest. Like you're going to harvest everything that you worked on, everything that has been unseen so far in this year. Like everything and every like abundant energy that has been maybe late to the party of your life is going to come to the party of your life in this year, I feel like. Okay, you're going to be, I feel like, very focused, but also it's like a weird energy. Like you're going to be very focused on things that you do, but you're going to all at the same time be very aware of that. It's almost like there is going to be a part of you that's always watching what's going on in your life, sort of like a residue of awareness that's going to be still watching you, like an observer type of energy that's going to be present throughout most of actions, throughout most decisions that you're going to be making in your life. You're going to have a lot of faith in spirit this year. Like spirit is not going to leave you because you are it, and you're going to feel it within yourself at all times, almost throughout this year. So you're going to be very much aligned. It feels like with spirit, with yourself, with the truth of who you are. Belief is also a very big keyword for you guys this year. This might be just, it feels like belief in terms of spirituality to me. Like often when this comes up, I'm focused on, past beliefs, but for you guys, it feels like it's about spirituality. It's about religious practice. It's about defining what that means for you. What type of thing do you want to believe in? What type of thing do you believe in? And just believing that also, just having that belief in spirit in yourself, having that faith in spirit in yourself. This is again just a very beautiful, calming energy. It feels very fresh. It feels very sort of refreshing, like fruit in a sense. It feels very gentle as well, this energy that you're going to be in. Just feels very open and accepting with this acceptance. So with this card, it feels very just allowing of everything that is to be the way that it is. And acknowledging it and accepting it and harvesting it. You might even be coming into enlightenment here, like not going to lie to you guys, like honestly, I'm getting like strong enlightenment vibes from this pile. This feels like, just being enlightened all the way through. Again, just like a little bit of a side note, enlightening is never like an end deal, because life is not finished after you become enlightened. It's just a process of being aware of more, of being able to stay also like in the observer position throughout your life, not being sucked into your life too much. That's basically what enlightenment in a way means to me. It's that type of gratefulness energy, being joyful and being present, being allowing towards everything that is to be the way that it is, and knowing that it is perfect the way that it is, and not wanting to change one bit, just allowing, being open, but at the same time having oneself in this openness basically. But yeah, it's just very grateful. I feel like there is going to be a lot of gratefulness here, a lot of openness towards life to just show you what it can give you, and overall it just feels very peaceful. Really, this energy of this year for you guys, it feels very, very peaceful. It feels very religious. It feels also a little bit mystical. All right, so let's see what we get for challenges or blockages. So what's going to challenge you guys? So what's going to challenge pile number 3 in this coming year? What are some challenges and blockages for pile number 3? So we have the moon. A little bit of uncertainty there, not knowing what's to come, not knowing what to expect. We have the 6 of Cups. Reunions with other people. This might be past life energies coming to the surface for you guys. Let's see what else comes through for pile number 3, please, Spirit. What are some challenges or blockages for pile number 3 in 2022, please? What are some challenges and blockages for pile number 3 here, 2022, please, Spirit? There's some challenges. Like, these are too many cards, but I'm going to take this one. Ooh, interesting. What are some challenges and blockages? Okay, interesting. Some challenges and blockages. Okay. Let's see, let's get these. So I said we have the moon, we have the 6 of Cups, here we have the 7 of Swords, we have the Emperor card coming through. So you might be an Aries, you don't have to be, or Cancer, you don't have to be. We have the Queen of Swords, and here we also have the Queen of Cups. All right. Oh, interesting. The challenges here are going to be clinging to the past, clinging to your past beliefs, clinging to your past systems, clinging to what society expects you to do, clinging to already pre-made decisions or pre-made beliefs, clinging to things that don't really resonate with you, but you feel like you should follow them anyway because it's proper or it makes you a good person to follow them. That's like the basic thing here. Following the things that you feel like you should, but they don't resonate with your highest good, with your highest self. There are going to be some challenges cropping up in relationships. There are going to be challenges concerning maybe childhood friends. There might be also challenges concerning past lovers or past life energies coming into your life, returning, making that little cycle just to see how you react to them this time around. So this might be just an energy of knowing how to conduct yourself, knowing how to conduct your energy around those people who might have triggered you in the past, or who might be, triggering some parts of you now as well. With the moon, there is going to be some uncertainty regarding where to go, what to do, because you're going to be in a very allowing state. Throughout this year, it feels like you're going to be very open, so there are not going to be a lot of almost really structured things in your life. And this structure is also going to be something that is going to provide like a little bit of a blockage for you, a little bit like a constraining type of feeling here with the Emperor. You're not going to want to do this to yourself. You're not going to want to put yourself in a box. It feels like you're going to want to redefine yourself with the Emperor here. You're going to want to shift up these lines of the box, make them into something new, it feels like. And Spirit is strongly urging you towards this, but this is going to also, present a problem, because we do live in a society where you have to, in a way, structure yourself in some way, and you wanting to restructure and redefine some things. It's also going to call up other people to look at that within themselves, and they might not necessarily want or like that. but overall there might be some like little issues regarding that. Don't see anything major here. But yeah, there are going to be issues regarding how to define yourself, how we define ourselves as people. Here you're going to be asking like really big, strong questions. You're going to be also very intellectual, but this might also provide a problem because there is a strong possibility of you jumping or falling into your thoughts, falling into the mind space and not focusing on the heart space as much. So that might be a little bit of a blockage. You know, your mind and your thoughts, your quick mind might provide a little bit of like a problem, but not, you know, not really such a big problem, but still, you know, this overthinking tendency, thinking too much about something might provide a little bit of a problem in this year to come if you allow it to grow too much and sort of occlude or put your heart out of perspective, basically. But if there is like a harmony between the two, harmony with the mind, harmony with the heart, this is going to move very, very quickly here. We have the Queen of Cups as well. So you might be feeling a little bit lost at times because you're going to be, I feel like, in a very gentle, again, allowing mood. You might be feeling a little bit lost, like you're just following the flow of events and you're not really making anything for yourself. It feels like you might be very easily influenced by other people in this year as well, which might provide a little bit of a challenge because you might be very much like a sponge sucking up all the energies within yourself. And in this way, especially as this happens, it's important to remain accepting, but it's also important to move into that energy of the observer here with the unseen. It's important to just take a step back and see what's causing you to remain in this situation of your life. Why are you taking on the things from other people? Why are you pulling in their energy? What's making you do that? Just have an open mind, have an open eye on what you're doing. Sort of like a dolphin, you know, sleeping a little bit. It feels like you should have one eye open at all times while you are engaging with the world. So one eye on the world, one eye on how. So one eye on the how you're doing something that you're doing. Be it washing dishes, be it talking to someone on the phone, be it talking to someone like a friend, going for drinks, etc. You know, always keep an eye on the how, why, and how you're engaging with the world around you. That's going to help you dissolve these blockages, these feelings of taking on the world, basically taking on the people's energies too much. And by that, feeling depleted or feeling like you're out of energy and feeling like you can't really show up as yourself, like you are almost, you know, caged by other people here. Alrighty, so let's see what's now bringing you blessings. What are the blessings? What are the good fortunes coming in your life? So we have here the Two of Pentacles, finding balance in your life. Let's see what else. For pile number 3, please, Spirit. What are some blessings? What's good fortune coming for pile number 3, please? What's some good fortune coming for pile number 3, please? We have Judgment. Oops, wow, that one just flew. Strong energy here. It feels like you're going to come into alignment with some past lives here. Like this is strong Egyptian past lives. You might resonate with it, you might not. But for those of you who do resonate with it, you're going to come into strong alignment and like almost a remembrance of the past life you had in Egypt. This is also coming up under the 6 of Cups here. So it might be that some past lives and some relationships are going to open up your mind to try to understand how your current life is connected to the past life in Egypt that you lived through already, and how some of the ways and some of the people are mirroring that also in this lifetime. Okay, so what else? For pile number 3 here, we have the 3 of Cups. We have the 3 of, what's this? 3 of Swords? No, 3 of Wands. Let's see what else comes up. For pile number 3, please, Spirit, we have the Ace of Swords. What's good fortune? What are some good fortunes? So many cards flew out. What is good fortune? What are some blessings coming for pile number 3, please, Spirit? For pile number 3, 2 or 1 more card, please. What are some blessings? Oops, okay. So we have the King of Pentacles here, and we also have the Queen of Wands. Okay, right. Let's see now. So we already said that we are going to be receiving a lot more balance in our life. We are going to be in more harmony throughout the year of 2022. We're going to have a lot of awakening here. With this Judgment card, we're going to awaken to our past lives, and also you're going to awaken to how those past lives are impacting your current day-to-day life and your relationships. So it's going to be like a full-blown awakening for you guys. I already said that for you guys, that you have this strong like awakening, enlightenment energy coming into very strongly for the year 2022. All right, so you might experience really strong awakening in this year as it progresses. We also have the 3 of Cups. This means joy, this means energy, this means joyful co-creation with other people, just sharing, celebrating life, celebrating each other's presence, showering each other with love, showering each other with acceptance, with understanding, basically, yeah. Just nothing else, you know, just enjoying each other's company, having a good time together, enjoying your friends, enjoying your partners, enjoying your family. Like your relationships are really going to be, I feel like, top notch here, unless, you know, there are also some past lives here that are cropping up for you guys that might provide a little bit of a challenge here, but otherwise your friendship, the people in your life are going to be like very joyful to be around. It's going to be a very big joy to just be around people in your lives in this year to come. Here we have the 3 of Wands, so you are entering into excitement. You're very excited about what's coming. You're going to be, I feel like, in a very optimistic energy overall regarding this year. You're going to also be very playful with life, playful with opportunities, playful towards what's coming into your lives. I feel a strong Aries energy from this one as well. It's like that wish to begin something and wish to have fun with something type of energy. It's a very strong, like, let's go get after it type of energy. Let's go do this type of energy. Like being very playful, being like very much seizing life by the horns almost, but in a gentle way, like not going straight on into it, but like gently playing, gently having fun in life. We have the Ace of Swords. This card is talking about you being very good or better at expressing what you want, better at expressing what you desire from others, better at communicating your desires, your wishes, your wants, your needs, and better at listening to others and their desires, their beliefs, their wishes, and their needs. Here, you're going to be able to see through the veil. Spirit is saying you're going to be able to like be very quick, be very perceptive, be very just quick, straight, seeing through the veil, seeing towards what lies beneath the surface here. The unseen, of course, right? The unseen is your team. But also don't forget to not focus too much on the mind as you're doing this. As we said before, there might be a blockage here by trying to focus or do too much in the mind sphere. Try to engage your heart in this here as well. With the Queen of Wands, you're going to be very playful, very fiery. You're going to be very much like sociable. It feels like you're going to be like the life of the party here. But you're also going to have harmony in that, harmony in taking time for yourself, harmony in taking some time off when you feel like you need it here with the Queen of Wands. So there's going to be a beautiful interplay of energy here in terms of work, in terms of play, in terms of rest. Okay, so that little triangle is going to be really just shifting very beautifully, creating like a wheel of fortune for you guys here. And we have the King of Pentacles. So you're going to be very abundant. You're going to feel like you can have it all, like you have it all already. You are going to feel very at peace with what you have or where you're at, like very grateful with this material harvest here, as well as your team. You're going to be also very, very grounded in yourself, very at home in your body. If you aren't yet, you're going to come into that energy more and more throughout this year. So at home in your body, at home in this body temple that you are. So that's going to become like a very grounding foundation for you guys, like a block that is in a way grounding you to this life, to this earth. Okay, so that's the energy that we have here. Let's now also get you some of these cards just to see some more good fortune and blessings that's coming for you for pile number 3, Spirit, for 2022. Oh wow, yes, awakening. We have awakening, a confirmation of energetic upgrades, a new way of being, and integration. So blessings that are coming for you, that's awakening, it's integration, it's being more yourself, coming into more aspects of yourself, awakening to new aspects of yourself, and coming into a new way of being here. As said before, this is strong for April and for 4, like the 4th of April especially. But yeah, what was I telling you about awakening? You are destined for it this year, my love. Let's see what else for pile number 3, please, Spirit. For pile number 3, please. We have the owl. Listen to the messages of the angels. So listen to your guides, listen to your messages, yes. Listen to yourself also. You are your own messenger sometimes as well. Your heart is your own messenger. So do listen to that at this time also. Okay, so let's see now what's coming in love. What's happening in love for you guys? What type of energy are you coming into in love? With all this awakening going on, I'm like really curious. So let's see what's happening in love for pile number 3, please, Spirit. What's happening in love for pile number 3? We have the Weaver of Spoons. This is the Queen of Pentacles. Let's see what else for love. What's happening in love for pile number 3, please, Spirit. What's happening in love for pile number 3? We have the 8 of Spells, the 8 of Wands. What's happening in love for pile number 3, please, Spirit? Whoops. The Ace of Boons, the beginning, the Ace of Pentacles. So beginning something new, something is going to start unfolding. What's happening in love for pile number 3, please, Spirit, here? We have the Ace of Spells. Also, we have the 6 of Visions, the 6 of Cups coming up again. So someone might be coming into your life, someone very important, someone also you might know from past life, maybe a past life from Egypt here as well. So let's see what else. Maybe 2 or 1 more card for pile number 3, please, Spirit. What's coming up in 2022 for love, Spirit, for love, for pile number 3. Okay, so here we also have, nope. Okay, sorry. So many cards, sorry. Ooh. Oh God, okay, this one. Okay, all right, cool. So we have here, what did I show you last? Did I show you the Ace of Wands? I can't remember. So we have the Ace of Pentacles, we have the Ace of Spells, the Ace of Wands, we have the Six of Cups, we have the Hermit reversed, getting out of that hole of yours, right? Have you been in your hole for too long? And also we have the Seeker of Boons. This is the Knight of Pentacles. Interesting. I feel like you are going to be moving slowly overall in terms of love, but there are going to be like hot spots of very high and quick movement. This might be especially in areas where you are meeting a very important person or a very important part of your life. That might be, you know, a past life relationship that is coming back into your life now to reintegrate into your life, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, basically. So someone or something is coming back into your life. Someone or something is coming back to offer gifts. Someone or something is coming back really quick speed. And it's bearing gifts. It's bearing new beginnings. It's bearing new passions. So new passions, new beginnings, new like material prospects are coming into your life as a result of this person entering your life. So there's going to be a lot of like upheaval, but upheaval in a very good way, in a very positive way. It's going to be very fiery and it's going to light you up a lot. It's going to also allow you to trust a lot more in life, in destiny, in fortune. Here, it's going to be a very beautiful encounter. You're going to know this person definitely, like you're going to feel their energy. They're going to feel like home to you with the Six of Visions, like you are maybe already aware of this person. For some of you, like you already know who this is in your life, but for others of you, you are going to come in contact with them in this year, with the Ace of Pentacles, with the Ace of Wands being present. Here, this is talking about a strong new beginning, a strong lightning, almost lighting you up from the inside. This is passion, this is love, this is like Cupid's arrow being shot straight in your face, straight in your heart and every other part of your body, basically straight in your liver also. So yeah, it's going to start activating you. It's going to also contribute to this awakening. Definitely, you know, this connection, this spiritual awakening, it's going to really open you up a lot more. And this person is going to be like a gift to you here as well. They're going to open you up. You're going to start to be more open to the world and not so reserved here. You're going to stop searching so much within and be more open towards just being in the world the way that you are and doing things the way that you are. You're going to start doing things a lot more and stop just in a way sitting at home doing your own things. Like you're going to become more empowered. I feel like you're going to step into that passion as a result of this person being or coming into your life here. We also have the Seeker of Boons, and this is like a slow energy of seeking and understanding. So not everything is going to be very high and fast paced here, especially in this love area. It's going to be more slow. your person coming in might be like a really big blow. It might be just bam, they're in, you know who they are, they make you feel all these things. Then it's going to be a lot of everything, a lot of emotional upheaval, in a way, a lot of feelings. But also you're going to be in a way very grounded through this. You're going to be very meticulous through this. With this card, you're going to be very slow to approach and to unravel this together. So it's not going to be like bam, bam, bam. This is here. There are going to be some hot spots here and there throughout the year, I feel like, but nothing major is going to happen. You're going to slowly start to uncover what this relationship means to you, who they are, why they're here, and you're going to slowly come into new knowledge about this person and what exactly they mean for you specifically in this lifetime. Okay, so it's going to be a very beautiful energy of wonder, of curiosity here in this relationship, seeking what's to uncover in it, being very open, being very accepting, being very giving in it as well. I do feel it as a very beautiful energy, even though it's very fiery at times. Here it's going to be very, like, it's going to be a lot, especially energetically. It's going to be a lot, especially for those of you that are resonating with this being like a really strong connection from your past lives. But they are definitely coming back. Spirit is bringing them back into your life. This is going to cause some challenges for you, but nothing too drastic, nothing that you couldn't overcome if you are aligned with yourself here. All right, so that's all I have for you today, my beautiful pile number 3. I do want to get you one more of these animal cards for some reason, so let me just get you one more like card for the road here. Let's see, for pile number 3. Okay, so we have the guinea pig. Do your part to illuminate the universe. Do your part to be who you are, to be the gentle soul that you know that you are, to be the fiery soul that you know that you are, and just give yourself permission to be who you are, the guinea pig is saying here. And that's going to just do the work to illuminate the universe. Yeah, like, you don't have to do nothing but be yourself in order to illuminate other people and to help other people grow, basically. Okay, so let me get you some more moonology cards now. So for guidance for pile number 3, please, Spirit. For pile number 3, what do they need to hear the most? What's some guidance for the year 2022? What do they need to know about 2022? Please, for pile number 3, for the rose quartz crystal, for people who chose the rose quartz crystal. What do they need to know or hear the most here? So we have slow, show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Dare to be different, basically. Dare to be who you are. Dare to show yourself as you are here. If you have been holding yourself back, if you have been in this hermit mode before, now is the time to step up and to show the world who you are, to light that fire, light who you are, basically. All right, so that's all I have for you, my beautiful pile number 3. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing your energy. You're coming into incredible energy here with this awakening and integration card in your life. So I'm wishing you the best of luck on your journey. I am blessing your journey as well from this part of the world, from this little part of life. And yeah, all the best on your journey. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it. Don't forget to comment if you wish to share something or say something. Don't forget to subscribe down below for more similar pick a card videos coming your way in the future as well. And without anything else to say, I'm wishing you guys all the best on your continued journey, and I do hope to see you around in another one of my videos. Take care. Bye. Mwah. Hello, my beautiful pile number 4. If you have picked this hematite crystal, this is going to be your reading today for what to expect from the year 2022. So we're going to be looking at what's going to be happening for you guys in this coming year. So first of all, we are going to be looking at the overall vibe for 2022 for you guys, for the collective, choosing this pile, this hematite crystal basically. And we're going to be looking at that with these already picked cards. And then we're going to be looking at the challenges and the blockages that you might be facing in the year 2022. And we're also going to be looking at the blessings and good fortune that's going to come to you guys on the other side of that. And also what's going to be happening for you guys in love. So what is 2022 bringing in love for you guys? All right, so let's get into it. We're beginning, as said, with the overall vibe for 2022. And here we have like the shaman archetype. So the shaman archetype, very interesting. Okay. We have intuition, the high priestess, coming through for you guys as the overall vibe. We have reason here. We have reunion. We have growth, and we have the inner child. Wow, really strong energies here. Wow. Okay, so you're going to a lot, I feel like a lot is going to be happening for you guys. Like with these two cards coming out, I didn't even look at these before. I just pick, or I shuffle the cards and then some fly out and then I take those. Basically is what I do when I pre-shuffle them like that. And I had no idea this would come out, because it's almost like it feels like she's looking at this like infinity, like the universe, God type of sphere or ellipse. And that's almost like what's appearing in this shaman card. So very, very fascinating, very strong. And it feels like this is present to her with her eyes closed. So I do feel like you're going to be coming into really, really important knowledge. Like really strong intuitive knowledge is going to be present for you in this year, in 2022. You're going to be growing into a guide for other people, I'm sensing here. Like you might have known that you have intuitive abilities for a really long time, but now in this year, it's time to really make those shine. It's time to bring those gifts to life. It's time to unveil those gifts to the world. Basically, the world needs you. The shaman card is here to tell you that the world definitely needs you. It needs your guidance. It needs your assistance. People need your assistance on the spiritual path, and this is what the year 2022 has going for you. You are here to become the teacher. You are here to become the guide through spiritual realms for other people, basically. Okay? So this is, of course, never going to be easy, but what you need to do here is to come into contact with many different perspectives, many different ideas, maybe even with, let's say aliens such as Arcturians, Pleiades, and things like that. You have to base your knowledge here on reason as well. So you do need to have reason also to be a shaman. You need to be grounded in reason in order to be a shaman in some way. You need to understand. You need to channel down into your body the things that you come into contact with out of your body, and then in a way translate that for the normal person to be able to comprehend and employ in their own lives, basically, is what this is for you. This is a year of growth for you guys. It's a year of growing into who you are meant to be, into who you have been wanting to be your whole life, what your soul purpose is basically. It's a time for reunion. This reunion is a reunion with yourself primarily, reunion with your higher self primarily, and by default then also a reunion with kindred spirits, with soulmates. Many different soulmates in your lifetime are going to be coming into your life in this year. You're going to, encounter different people who are going to be something special to you in this year. Every single one of them is going to be in one way or another special to you. This might also mean that you are going to meet your one person this year, if you haven't already. This year is bringing you important understandings in terms of transformation, in terms of awakening, in terms of enlightenment, in terms of death and rebirth cycles, in terms of the diamond being squished or pushed together so hard that you evolve into a diamond figure, basically. Feeling into the elemental spirits, all of that is present for you guys in this year. Coming into contact with God, coming into contact with the universe, feeling into the energetics of the planets, of the people, of the spirits, of the animals, of the plant realm, and so on. Like a lot is happening for you guys in this year. It's like a reunion with your truest self. It's the ultimate integration. It's the ultimate understanding of this universe in some way or another. But also the reunion here might mean a reunion with your twin flame, also with a reunion with your soulmate. But overall, first of all, a reunion with yourself is to be taking place here. So really strong awakening, judgment type of energy. Some tower moments might be present throughout this year as well. All of them calling you to integrate, calling you to ground, calling into ground yourself, and calling into understand what is happening around you. There is also a strong call to reintegrate or come into contact with your inner child. Your inner child is going to be a very important part of this year. It's going to be your important and profound, maybe a most important guide throughout this year, aligning you again with that joy of being a child, with that joyful wonder, with that curiosity, with that amazement in the eyes of life, basically. All right, so that's what you have going on for you. Really like quite let's say a bite you took out of life here with this year. This year is also like very prosperous for this type of energy. And also I don't mean to say like a lot of things are going to be happening for you. It might just be like a few things are going to be happening to you, but a lot is going to happen inside. A lot is going to be sort of reintegrating and restructuring itself on the inside, on the energetic level here for you guys. And you're going to be able to see clearly. You're going to be receiving messages, like intuitive messages about what feels right for you guys, okay? You're going to be very, very in contact with spirit here. All right, so let's see. What are some challenges and blockages for pile number 4, Spirit, please? What are some challenges and blockages pile number 4 is going to be encountering here? So we have the Fountain card coming through, the card of infinity. We also have the Hanged Man card. Okay, let's see what else comes through for pile number 4, please, Spirit. What's going to be happening for pile number 4 in 2022? What are some blockages, some messages that pile number 4 is going to be facing in this year? There are some blockages and challenges that pile number 4 is going to be facing in 2022. Oh, yeah. Okay, yep. Okay, let's just take this one then. Okie dokie. Yep. Right, so what the challenges that you're going to be facing are the challenges of the ego. The ego stepping in the way, the ego telling you things are not as you feel they are, basically. Okay, so one of the challenges is going to be you basically coming into this energy, this shaman energy, this energy of intuition, this energy of infinity. This is going to be like a challenge. This is not going to be easy. As I said, it might be even overwhelming at points because you're stepping into like potentiality, you're stepping into a feeling of creation, a feeling of true and ultimate integration, a feeling of understanding the universe, a feeling of understanding God in a sense also. So this feeling of infinity, it's going to be a lot to take. It's going to be very awakening on the inside. So it's going to be like you are cracking up all over on the inside with new knowledge, with new insights, with new understandings. This is going to be very, in a way, enlightening. It's going to be very opening. It's going to open you up a lot, but it's also going to be a little bit, in a way, frightening because you're going to have so much going on. Like it's going to be a little bit overwhelming is what I want to say here. With all these colors, in a way, being in your life present, all of a sudden it's going to be a little bit overwhelming, but overall it's going to also be very exciting. So it's not going to be negative or positive too much, like it's going to be both, but also, it's not going to be, I don't know, that's wrong. I don't want to say that it's going to be unpleasant. It's going to be, of course, a little bit unpleasant because of the ego here, but it's not going to be overall that unpleasant. It's going to ask you to step into a new way of looking at things. It's going to ask you to change your perspective of how you have been looking at things so far. So this is where the ego might cause some turbulence, some trouble, some blockages. So basically ego is going to be the one who is going to be causing blockages. Nothing else is going to be causing blockages in your life except for the ego here, basically. So you're being called to look at things in a new perspective, look at things in a new way with the Hanged Man. This is going to be happening naturally for you guys with the Hanged Man I'm hearing here. It's just important for you to not let the ego take the reins, because the ego is going to be the one who is going to be making the challenges and the blockages in your life, and I want you to remember that. Like the ego here with the Seven of Cups, with the Seven of Wands, and with this wish to understand everything on the mind level, is going to be the one who is going to be causing you trouble, basically. So, that is your one and ultimate challenge and blockage for this year. I'm hearing from Spirit here. It's important to be very mindful and be resilient, especially emotionally resilient in this time. It's very important to maintain a balance between your mind and your heart, between your intuition and what reason is telling you should or shouldn't be there. It's important to listen to your heart. Overall, it's important to maintain that openness of the heart throughout all of this. So this might cause like a blockage in the sense of not wanting to be so open, not wanting to have one's heart so open, not wanting to be so vulnerable at times, or not wanting to share everything that is so close to you at some time, sometimes throughout this year. This card is also talking about a blockage that you might be afraid to be different. And this energy is basically calling you to dare to be different, because the universe, life, human life on earth, like definitely needs you to be different. It definitely needs people to step into this energy, to dare to be different and to bring new energy into this world, because otherwise as a human race we are not going to survive. All right, so that's the message that I have for you here with this Strength card. I feel like this is the message that you are ready to hear as well, to just realize the importance that you have here on this planet, to realize the importance that you have for the community, for life on earth here. Also with the shaman, with the intuition, you know, you have been given the shaman card here for a bloody good reason. Okay, so do trust yourself, do believe in yourself, do believe in your gifts, do believe in your power as a human being and the energy that you can bring and channel through yourself to lead to a better tomorrow, basically. All right, so we have the Seven of Wands. This is talking about the ego. This is about shielding yourself from the light, basically not allowing the light of the higher self, the light of the sun, the illuminating proud strong spirit of the sun to shine through you. This is blocking yourself, basically. This is talking about pulling yourself back, not wanting to be too much, not wanting to be yourself, not wanting to be different. Just, you know, pulling back your true authenticity in fear of being too much, in fear of being too intense, or in fear of people thinking you strange. But like I'm telling you right now, to maybe try to move through that this year. Try to give yourself permission to really be who you are. Be weird, be creative, be strange, be like whatever the hell you want to be. Be your true self, because the world needs you. The world needs who you are. Also, we have the Seven of Cups. This is talking about confusion, not knowing where to turn, not knowing where to go. This is a mind-based confusion for you guys. It's about overthinking. It's about not knowing where to turn because you're not listening to your heart. And this is again like a blockage from like ego, not knowing where to turn because you're not just basically listening to your true intuition, to your heart, what your joy is telling you. This is a challenge that can be overcome by following your heart, for following your joy. There is the old shamanic saying, follow your joy, which definitely applies here in your specific situation. Also, don't succumb to just thinking too much. Don't succumb to over analyzing. You're not going to understand anything that's happening in this year to you by overly analyzing and thinking about life. It's important to live it. It's important to remain present in it and to be present with it, basically. And that's it. Everything else is going to flow through you. You just need to trust that you have the answers you want to give, or the answers that you seek for yourselves here. So overall, just to sum up, your basic and most important challenge here is just your own ego. So as long as you are aware of your ego, as long as you take care of your ego, as long as you integrate your ego and allow it to express itself without hindering this whole spiritual awakening process that you have going on here, that's not going to be a problem for you guys. Okay, so let's now move on to the blessings and the good fortune that is waiting for you in 2022. So for that, we're going to be using the cute cat tarot deck. So let's see here. What are some blessings and good fortune for pile number 4, please, Spirit? What are some blessings and good fortune? We have here the 8 of Cups. Blessings and good fortune coming for pile number 4. Blessings and good fortune for 2022, please, Spirit. For pile number 4, please, here. Blessings and good fortune. We have the Chariot. Blessings and good fortune, please, for pile number 4 here. Okay. All right, so let's see what we have. Just fix that a little bit. So we have here also the Eight of Wands. We have the Knight of Swords, a similar for our type of movement. We have the Queen of Cups, and we also have the Five of Swords here. Okay, what are your blessings? We have the Ace of Wands as the bottom deck energy here also. Okie dokie. Your blessings here are learning how to let go. You're going to learn how to let go, and the ability to let go of the past energies and what no longer serves you is going to be like a very big blessing for you in this year. You already have this ability within yourself, whether you know it or not. You are stepping into it more and more as this year progresses. And yeah, this is just going to be a very big blessing for you to allow you to just navigate throughout your life. A lot is going to be happening for you. You're going to be having a lot of different things coming into your life by just being who you are. I feel like these like little markings here, if you can see on the couch that the cat is sitting on, this reminds me of snitches, you know, in Harry Potter, where they have to like go towards or find, you know, catch those snitches. It's that type of energy, like catching those snitches, catching those winning amulets, almost like. So life is going to, I feel like, give you these winning amulets by showering you with different things. What you have to do is, I'm feeling you have to say yes. So you, by saying yes, you're saying yes to these blessings, you're saying yes to life, you're saying yes to the world. This might be like a little bit weird to understand, but what I mean by this is just be the yes man. That's going to be your blessing in this life, to be the yes man, to say yes, to jump on opportunities with these two cards, both being all like cats, being very energetic, cats being very sort of active, going for it, going for the opportunities. This is like passionate going for it. This is the reason like going for it. So with these two together, you are basically going to be unstoppable, and this is your blessing in this year. This year is going to be like a fertile ground for you, basically being able to go for it, to work for it, but also to just jump on opportunities, to be the yes man, the yes woman, the yes whatever, you know. That is the energy. The yes is the energy that's going to give you the blessings and the good fortune that you have been waiting for. So the universe is just going to bring you many different possibilities to say yes to, and all you have to do is basically say yes, and those are going to be your snitches that you're catching. Okay, you're going to be very intuitive, of course. With the Queen of Cups, you're going to be very intuitive. You're going to be very much in line with yourself. You're going to be very, very trusting of spirit. You're going to be very allowing. You're going to be just very, very graceful with yourself and with other people around you. The people around you are going to be feeling very comfortable in your presence. They're going to be very healed by you in some sense, like, you know, the purr of the cat. They're going to feel very touched by that, and almost like healed by that, by your presence, by your voice, by the things that you speak, or just the way that you are, the way that you present yourself. That's going to be very healing for people in general. People are going to want to be around you more and more. Another blessing here for you is to set boundaries and to cut to cutting the cords. If you have been called to cut some cords or cut some energetic patterns in your life, this is a good way or a good time to do that. This year is a good time to cut any energetic residue or cut any potential negativity out of your life, to release negativity, not just with people but also with yourself. It's important to remain in a way clear of those things, clear of negativity. I do feel like you already know this, you are already very much aware of this. As I'm saying this, I feel like you just needed this reminder to remind you to release the things that you have been holding on to, maybe release the things that you have maybe been stuck on for a while now, and just trust, to basically base yourself again in trust and in stillness, and to basically ground yourself in your own being. That's going to be your biggest blessing. And also what's going to be your blessing is playfulness. You're going to be very playful, you're going to be very, in a way, energetic. But this card is again saying yes. This whole like yes man situation, it's reminding me of that movie where the main character is challenged to say yes to everything for about a week or something, or a day or something like that. I'm not sure, maybe it's even called Yes Man or something like that. It's starring Jim Carrey. So if you have not watched that, or if you don't know it, I do urge you to watch it, because I feel like this is like the energy that I'm picking up for you guys. That's the energy that you have to be in this year to reap the benefits and to reap all the good fortune that life has to offer in 2022. So basically be the yes guy, girl, woman, man, whatever it is that you resonate with, but just say yes to life. We have the sun here as the bottom of the deck. So just say yes to life in this time frame. Right, let's see what else for pile number 4, please, Spirit. What else can you tell us about the blessings that they are coming into contact with, the blessings that they are encountering? So we have play, have fun, celebrate, don't be so serious. So exactly what I told you. Have fun, play, say yes to life, say yes to excitement, enjoy yourself. The Ace of Wands, it's all about that play, it's all about that celebration, it's all about enjoying yourself, having fun with yourself. Okay, let's see what else comes through with these animal cards now. Okay, so for pile number 4, please, Spirit, what are some blessings and good fortune coming towards them? Okay, so we have the owl, listening to the messages of the angels. This card is also talking about listening to yourself. You are your own messenger most of the time. So listen to yourself, listen to what are your messages to your own self. But also listen to the messages of the guides, of course. Listen to the messages of other people, of course. They're also your messengers. Listen to animals, listen to plants, listen to the whole world, basically, and what the world is telling you, what the world is giving you signs of. This is your guidance here. All right, let's see now what's happening in love for you guys as well. So what's happening in love for our beautiful pile number 4, Spirit? What's happening in love? I'm just going to put this like that. Okay, so what's happening in love, please, Spirit, for pile number 4 in 2022? What's happening for them in love? What's love bringing them? Just yeah. So we have starlight, we have hope. What else? What is coming in love for pile number 4, please, Spirit? What's coming in love in 2022, please? What's coming in love for pile number 4? Wow. Okay. A lot. We have the Eight of Spells, the Eight of Wands. We have the White Heart, the Fool card. We have the Suspension, wow, or the Hanged Man again coming through. And we have the Forge, or the Temperance card. Fuck, very interesting. Most of these are all major arcana cards of something very important, something very drastic is going to be happening for you guys in your love life. It's going to be very important. It's going to be like a very, very important year in love for you guys here. Let's see, let's get you like one more or two more cards here. So for pile number 4, please Spirit, what's happening in love in 2022 for pile number 4? What's happening in love here in pile in 2022? So for pile number 4, please, what's happening in love? Oh God, how do I? Oh, okay. And we also had that. Okay. One more card. We have Strength as the bottom deck energy. Again, Strength. Here we also have the Weaver of Challenges, the Queen of Swords coming through. We didn't have it. No, we didn't have it before. That was the other deck. We have the Four of Challenges, the Four of Swords, basically. Okay, so what's coming in love? Something new, something different. Yeah. It feels like it's a lot. It's something new, definitely, with the White Heart. It's a new beginning. It's a new type of energy that's being ushered in this lifetime. This might mean meeting a new person very, very quickly, because we have the Eight of Wands here, the Eight of Spells. So this is moving very quickly. It's coming into your energy field very quickly. It's possibly a new person. If it's not a new person, it's an old person, but with a completely shifted new type of energy. And they are coming in fast, I feel like here. They're coming in fast. And they are coming in fast also as a result of your own transformation. Here, your own sort of like suspension, your own transformation, your ability to see and learn how to see things differently. We have a lot of hopefulness here. This is hopefulness also from Spirit. I feel like Spirit is orchestrating some type of a divine union or a divine reunion here with this card. So this feels not just based on, you know, human wishes. Of course, it's also human wishes, but it's also orchestrated divinely in some manner. So whatever type of person, whatever type of reunion you're going to have, it's not just like whatever, it's not just whatever, it's been orchestrated divinely to be in your life at that specific moment, at that specific time that you meet your person. It's all in divine timing, like it's complete divine timing here, you know. And this card is pointing to that, like you are going to meet this person at exactly the right place at exactly the right time, when you both are ready to be in each other's energy. And then things are going to be moving very quickly here, very quickly with this Eight of Wands, and towards a new beginning here with the White Heart, with this Fool card. It's going to be like very magical. I feel like it's going to be very, almost like unreal, how strong the energy is going to be. This energy might also like put you in a flux. Yeah, it feels like this energy is going to put you in a flux in such a way that it's going to cause you to be birthed again, if that makes sense. Like this energy, it feels like this person, it's in like the mother's womb, and all of these energy swirls around it. It feels like the womb is getting ready to birth this child, basically, to bring it into the world, to bring it into life. That's what I'm feeling like your person is going to activate you. It's going to activate you into a new way of existing, a new way of being. It's going to swirl up your energy. It's going to swirl up your whole energy field. So it's going to be very intense, this person that you're meeting, but it's also going to be very loving. It's going to be very hopeful. It's going to give you that emotional strength and that understanding of yourself that you need. It's going to be like your guide, your soul, your soulmate here with this, you know, wolf next to this woman. It feels just they're going to be your best friend forever. It feels like they belong to you, like they belong to you in a fairy tale, basically. And it's going to be very peaceful. This is the Temperance. It's going to be very harmonious, I feel like. It's going to be grounding, but at the same time it's going to be a little bit difficult because there's going to be like a lot flowing through. There's going to be a lot of like upheaval of emotional energy and passionate energy, but overall I feel like you are going to be working together really well through this, or just you're going to be very good at integrating all of these energies into your being, and you're going to be able to remain very grounded and very harmonious, very present throughout this whole encounter with your person here. Yeah, I feel like you're also going to be maybe moving into your mind a little bit as a result of meeting this person. You're going to start to maybe overthink things a little bit, think things through too much. We do have reason here for a reason, right? So you might just move on into your mind a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that. You are going to also reflect a lot with the Four of Challenges, with the Four of Swords here. So there's nothing wrong with that. I just want to repeat that it's only natural. So this is not like anything wrong here. You're going to want to make sense out of this connection throughout this year, and you are going to be moving towards, you know, being reflective on this connection a lot. You're going to think about it a lot. You're going to consider how you feel about this person a lot, how they feel about you a lot, and it's just going to be like very good in a sense. It's going to be good that you are thinking about that, and Spirit is saying that it's going to be good that you are reflecting on this connection, because that's just going to be allowing you to be more in contact with your truth about this person, with your truth about yourself. So it's important to also allow yourself that time off throughout this upheaval of meeting this new person in this love life, like in your life of 22. It's important to take time off when it comes to love, when it comes to relationships, to dive into yourself, to reflect, to think about it, to think about where you're going, and to think about where you want to go, basically here. So it's important to have that perspective and that clarity of the Queen of Swords, that strong recognition of what's important, that strong reason present as well. It's not good to just dive into the emotional space too much and allow it to take you here. It's important to have that perspective in this area of your life as well throughout 2022. So yeah, stay in the aspect of reason, stay in the aspect of reflection, listen to your own truth here, and listen to what your guides are telling you. Okay, so that's it for love. That's it for love. Let's now get you some messages or just some guidance from this Moonology Oracle for 2022. So Spirit, for 2022, for pile number 4, what's some guidance for them? What type of guidance would they need to hear right now? What do they need to know right now to just send them on their path in 2022? What do they need to know? Okay, we have the new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. very self-explanatory. Just become aware of your fears. This means in all areas, in all aspects of your life. Don't worry, you don't have to do it all at once. It might take time. It of course will take time, but just, you know, it's a message to work through what you're fearing and to focus on love. Focus on the universe having your back always. It always does. Just feel into that love of the universe. Work through fears. What you are fearing will happen. What you're feeling won't happen. And try to just be present with that lovingly here, okay? Your message is to have fun. Your message is to celebrate. Your message is not be too serious. Throughout this year, your message is to play and to have fun. Your message is also to reflect, but also to dive into your love life here, okay? So keep that balance, keep that harmony, keep that forge going here, all right? And that's all I have for you, my loves. I hope this reading was helpful. I hope it resonated. Do let me know how it was for you in the comment section down below if you feel like you want to share something. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe down below again if you want to see more similar pick a card videos coming your way in the future. Thank you for sharing your energy with me throughout this video. I'm wishing you all the best in 2022. And yeah, that's it. Hope to see you around. Bye. Mwah.